I'm the Chris who plays games, and you should absolutely, when you are creating YouTube content, know what makes you special. You should know what makes you special, because the thing that makes you special is the thing you're going to sell. The thing that makes you stick out is the thing that you need to sell to other people. And I constantly see people who are like, I don't understand why I'm not growing. I've made 500 videos and I'm not growing. Why am I not growing? What's your special thing? What do you do that's different than what everybody else does? Tell me what the thing is that you do that is different from what everyone else does. And I will help promote you. I will help inform you. I will help teach you. I will help do all of these other things in order to make you learn more about what it is you need to do. But you know what? Most of the time you talk to a YouTuber, especially a gaming YouTuber, they don't have a special thing. They don't know what they're working towards. So I can tell you special things for a whole bunch of my friends. When I look at Jose Angel is a creator who is absolutely engaged in the love of art in all its forms. Whether he's playing a game or creating art or observing art from other people, he absolutely loves it. And so all of his things, all of his streams, all of his content creation, everything else like that is basically an exploration of how he can find more art, more beautiful things in the world that he can observe and share his love with other people. When I look at Art Sherpa, Cinnamon Cooney, I absolutely see her as someone who is working to act as a teacher and a communicator to the rest of the community and establishing that connection with them in a special way. It's not just about the tutorial, it's about the tutorial and the back and forth. And so when I watch her streams, for example, her husband who works with her on the streams constantly says, I can't show her the chat. If I show her the chat, she'll never do anything else. I have to pick the questions, because if she could see the chat, she would never, ever paint anything. She would just sit there the entire time, and she would never paint, because she wants to engage so much. So being a great teacher is what makes the Art Sherpa there. Not giving a great tutorial. Being a great teacher and giving a great tutorial are two different things. The Art Sherpa wants to be a great teacher. When I look at many of the creators who are successful, with each of them I can see an aspect of their repertoire that is key to them. With Kang Gaming, he's got a family-friendly stream where he encourages and enjoys the interaction with other creators. When I look at other creators out there, I see each of them has a niche that they fit into. And if you don't fit into a niche, and if you don't know what that niche is, then you're not going to grow. And this is one of the areas where my channel hasn't grown drastically, and the reason is because I don't know what my niche is. I've got 7 different ones of them, and they don't make any sense, right? I've got a niche where I play video games. I've got a niche where I talk about politics during video games. I've got the CPG rants. I've got, voting. I've got whiz bangs. I've got all these things. People sometimes come to me and they say, well, I've done all the technical things right. I've got a good microphone. I've got good sound. I've got a game I'm playing. I've got a good camera. Why aren't I more popular? Well, because you know what? A good camera and a good microphone are realistically like $50 and $20 on eBay, and putting those together does not make you a YouTuber that is successful. You have to figure out what's different from what everyone else does. You have to figure out what's different about you. And so one of the things that's different about me, I think, is these CPG rants. It doesn't make a lot of sense in the context of everything else that I do, but the CPG rants are one of my minor claims to fame. I run a scheduled live stream, and every week at 11 o'clock on Mondays and Fridays, I am here to tell you a little bit about my views on the world, whether it's how the internet works or how voting machines work, whether it is how you should get creators to why you shouldn't ask me why I don't have more subscribers. All of these things are things that are a little bit different than the average YouTube gaming streamer. I mix in with my stream elements of videos and discussions, research, and so on and so forth that I wouldn't expect most streamers to do. And in that way, I try and make something unique. And I have a one-sentence elevator pitch. I'm the Chris who plays games. I create live streams twice a week, for which my intent is to be more interesting than your average AM radio DJ. Because as I've discussed before, YouTube gaming live streams, or gaming live streams in general, are boring as shit. But you need to go out there and figure out what your something special is. And I commented on this before. I believe I said I referred to the episode of Weeds where Andy is talking to the person who is a film producer, and he says, you've got to have something special. You've got to have something more special than just being you. And in the case of Andy, it ends up being the fact that he has a foot that only has 3 toes. Ends up being his something special. But you got to have something. And it can't just be a thing like a physical thing. The hat, fine, whatever. But the hat doesn't pull people in. Hat can be what brings people to the stream, but it's not what keeps people on the stream. What keeps people on the stream is something special. Something where they walk in and they see it. A video they watch and they say, I want to watch the rest of these. And when I produced drone videos, I found out that didn't do it, right? Drone videos are a dime a dozen. There's nothing about my drone videos that's better than anyone else's drone videos. And so I would go ahead and I would, have drone videos, but they weren't interesting. There wasn't anything special about them. Now when I do YouTube gaming, I feel like I get there a little bit more. When I start my CPG rants, I get the rant. People actually enjoy this, I think, a little bit, at least some of them. But overall, that's what you need to figure out. What is your something special? What do you do better than anybody else? Or if you don't do anything better than anybody else now, what are you going to do better than anybody else? So that's my question to you. As a YouTube creator, someone who wants to be popular, someone who wants to know you, what's your one-sentence elevator pitch? What do you want people to know about you? What do you want to be known for? Think about it. I'm the Chris who plays game, and this has been your CPG rant of the evening. For more CPG rants, check out my rant about the fact that YouTube creators are allowed to lie, or others, about Twitch versus YouTube, about, how the internet works, about how gaming live streams are boring as shit. You're welcome to check them all out on my channel. Thank you very much for watching, and have a lovely night.